In this video, we will discuss about ESR spectroscopy. If you are interested in spectroscopy, you can visit our channel by clicking on the logo or the name. Click on the video tab or playlist. You will be directed to the videos. In our introductory video, we discussed the fundamental principle behind ESR spectroscopy, the concept of electron spin, degenerate levels of electron, how ESR signals obtained, and the interaction between electron spin and nuclear spin. Also, we discussed a lot of examples about the number of ESR signal, and that part is very important. Number of ESR signal is important. In every question paper you can see those things. Of intensity of spectral line can be introduced using Pascal triangle or non-Pascal triangle approach. Both the method help to understand the relative intensities of different spectral line in a given spectrum. And Pascal triangle is used when the nuclear spin value is 1/2, and non-Pascal triangle is used when the nuclear spin value is greater than 1/2. That is in the case of hydrogen and F90 nuclei, we are using Pascal triangle. In the case of N14 and deuterium, we are using non-Pascal triangle. I think you are familiar with the Pascal triangle. It's an arrangement in like a triangle, and the rows start with the number 1. Here we can assume that there is a 0, then 0 plus 1 is 1. Again here also 1 0 we can assume, then 0 plus 1 is 1. That is, the lower number will be the lower number we are getting by adding the above just above the numbers. So here in third row you can see that first we have to write the leftmost number in the left side, rightmost number in the right side, and by adding these two number, what we are getting, that we are writing in the middle. So in the case of if we are getting a signal with a number of lines, or the signal split into 3 lines, then the intensity will be 1:2:1. If we are getting 4 lines, then the intensity will be 1:3:3:1. Okay, how we are getting this line? Leftmost number 1, rightmost number 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, then the ratio will be 1:3:3:4. If the number of lines is 5, the ratio will be 1:4:6:4:1. Construction of Pascal triangle is very easy, and it is used when the I value is 1/2. Now let's see about non-Pascal triangle. And non-Pascal triangle is used when the I value is 1/2. First we can see that when I value is 1, and if n equal to 1, the number of lines will be, or the splitting will be 2ni plus 1. This we have discussed in the last video. Then 2 into 1 into 1 plus 1, that is equal to 3. When I equal to 1, if n equal to 1, number of lines will be 3. The intensity ratio of these 3 lines will be 1:1:1. When n equal to 1, the intensity of all the lines will be equal, and the value will be 1. When n equal to 1, the number of lines is 3, and the intensity ratio is 1:1:1. Next, when the I value is 1, and if n equal to 2, the number of lines will be 2ni plus 1, that is 2 into 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 5 lines we are getting, and we have to find out the intensity of these 5 lines. Okay, here we have one method that we have to adopt. When n equal to 1, how many number of lines we are getting? That number minus 1 is the number of 0 we have to add in the left and right side. Here when n equal to 1, the intensity ratio is 1:1:1, that we have to write first. Then we have to add 0 in the left side and right side. The number of 0 we are getting as when n equal to 1, how many number of lines we are getting? That number minus 1 is the number of 0 we have to add in the left and right side. Here when n equal to 1, number of lines is 3. Here when n equal to 1, the number of lines is 3, so 3 minus 1, that is 2. So we have to add 2 0 in the left side, 2 0 in the right side. Now we have to add this many numbers. When n equal to 1, how many number of lines we are getting? that number minus 1 is the number of 0 we have to add in the left side, also in the right side. Now we have to add this many numbers, that is here 3 numbers we have to add. Okay, then 0 plus 0 plus 1, it is 1. Next 0 plus 1 plus 1, that is 2. Then 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Next 1 plus 0, 2. Then 1 plus 0 plus 0, that is 1. So the intensity ratio will be 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. Here also you can see one mirror plane, 1 2, then if it is a mirror 2 1. So we have to find out only 3 numbers, then rest we have to write as a mirror image. When I equal to 1 and if n equal to 2, the number of lines is 5, we have to find out the intensity. For that we need this number. When n equal to 1, how many numbers we are getting, the number of lines we are getting, that value minus 1 is the number of 0 we have to add in the left side and right side. Here it is 2, so we have to add 2 0 in the left side, 2 0 in the right side. Now we have to add this many numbers, like here it is 3, so we have to add first 3 number, then next 3 number, next 3 number, next 3 number, like that we have to do, and we are getting an intensity ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. Next, when I equal to 1, if n equal to 3, now we have to find out the number of lines also the intensity. When I equal to 1, if n equal to 3, number of lines will be 7. Okay, number of lines will be 7, and we have to take this ratio first. When we are getting 5 lines, that ratio we have to take. Now we have to add 2 0 in the left side, 2 0 in the right side. This number of 0 we got from this line. When n equal to 1, how many number of lines or the number of lines we are getting, that minus 1 is the number of 0 we have to add. So left side we have added 2 0, right side also we have added 2 0. Now we have to add 3 numbers. Okay, not 5 numbers, 3 numbers. When n equal to 1, that value we have to take for all the calculations. So we have to add 3 numbers. If we are adding like that, we are getting a ratio of 1 is to 3 is to 6 is to 7 is to 6 is to 3 is to 1. Okay, this you can practice. While practicing, it is very easy. Otherwise you try to by heart. I would not prefer that method. It's quite easy to calculate like this, but if you don't have any practice, or it may be you feel maybe difficult when the number of lines is 10 or something like that. It may be a little bit difficult. Otherwise this method is very easy. First we have to find out when n equal to 1 how many lines we are getting. That number minus 1 is the number of 0 we have to add in the left and right side, and that number we have to that many numbers we have to add to get the intensity ratio. Now let's try with some other value. When I equal to 3 by 2, if n equal to 1, when I equal to 3 by 2, if n equal to 1, the number of lines will be 2ni plus 1, 2 into 1 into 3 by 2 plus 1. That is 4. 4 is the number we are getting, and the intensity will be 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. When n equal to 1, the intensity is intensity containing only one number, that is 1. That is, they are equally intense. They have the same intensity. These lines have the same intensity. Now we have to calculate the other one. When I equal to 3 by 2, if n equal to 2, number of lines will be 2 into 1. Here 2 we have to write 2 into 2 into 3 by 2 plus 1, that is 7. This I wrongly written. You replace it with a 2. Okay. 2 into 3 by 2 plus 1, that is 7. Now we have to find out the intensity. First we have to take this value and we have to add zeros. Here number of lines is 4, so we have to add 3 zeros in the left side, 3 zeros in the right side. Okay, 3 zeros in the left side, 3 zeros in the right side, and we have to add first 4 numbers, next 4 numbers to get the intensity. So the value will be 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 4, 3 is to 2 is to 1. Okay. Next, if n equal to 3, the number of lines will be 10. So we have to take this value and write 30 in the left side, 30 in the right side. We have to add first 4 number, next 4 number to get the intensity ratio. And the ratio will be 1 is to 3 is to 6 is to 10 is to 12 is to 12 is to 10 is to 6 is to 3 is to 1. Here also you can see one mirror plane, 1, 3, 6, 10, 12. First 5 lines you have to find, rest you write as a mirror image. I think it is clear. It's not that much difficult, but you just have some practice on this. Next we can do some examples. This is CH3 radical. I think in almost all competitive exam you can see this question, either CH3 radical or CD3 radical. First we have to find out the intensity of CH3 radical. This compound is ESR active as it contains an unpaired electron, so it will give one signal, and here hydrogen is there, it is a nuclear active, so it will split the signal. So we have to find out number of lines. Here I value is 1 by 2, so number of signal will be 2 into 3, because here 3 hydrogens are there. 2 into 3 into 1 by 2 plus 1, that is equal to 4. So we are getting 4 lines. Now we can find out the intensity ratio. Here I value is 1 by 2, that means the intensity is based on Pascal triangle. When the number of signal is 4, the ratio will be 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Next question, CD3 radical. Here one unpaired electron is there, so one signal will be there, and now we have to find out the splitting. Here I value is 1, so number of signal will be 2 into 3 into 1 plus 1. Here 3 deuteriums are there, spin is 1, 2 into 3 into 1 plus 1, that is equal to 7. So we are getting 7 signal. In the case of CH3 radical we are getting 4 signal. In the case of CD3 radical we are getting 7 lines. And here deuterium have a nuclear spin of 1, so the intensity is based on non-Pascal triangle. And the ratio is 1 is to 3 is to 6 is to 7 is to 6 is to 3 is to 1. This we have discussed in previous slide. So the intensity ratio is 1 is to 3 is to 6 is to 7 is to 6 is to 3 is to 1. These two values, if you can remember, that is better. Okay. In most of the competitive exam, these two questions are coming. Next one is phenyl radical. Phenyl radical, here one unpaired electron is there, so it is ESR active, and it contains 6 hydrogens. That means hydrogen is what an active nuclei with a spin of 1 by 2. So the number of signal will be 2 into 6 into 1 by 2 plus 1, that is equal to 7. Here we are getting 7 signal, 7 lines we are getting. The intensity is based on Pascal triangle, and the value is 1 is to 6 is to 15 is to 20 is to 20 is to 15 is to 6 is to 1. So when the signal, number of signal is 7, if it is in non-Pascal triangle, the ratio will be 1 is to 3 is to 6 is to 7 is to 6 is to 3 is to 1. And when it is based on Pascal triangle, the ratio will be this. Okay. Next we have to find out the number of signals and the intensity of ethane radical. Here one unpaired electron is there, so it is ESR active, and it is attached to one type of hydrogen, and that is attached to another type of hydrogen. So here 2 types of hydrogens are there, so it will these two will cause splitting. Okay. this first type of hydrogen, this second type of hydrogen. So number of signal will be based on first hydrogen 2 into 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1, and based on second type of hydrogen 2 into 3 into 1 by 2 plus 1, that is here 3 into 4, that is 12 signal we are getting. Now we have to find out the intensity. Actually this if you have a large number of signal, it won't ask that intensity won't ask, but here we can see what the intensity. First one ESR signal is there, that is what represented here. Now splitting by first hydrogen, here both are hydrogen, so splitting by the directly attached hydrogen will split first. Okay, then the next hydrogen will split. So splitting by first hydrogen, it is what, 3 is the 3 is the value that we obtained using the formula 2 into 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1. So first hydrogen split the signal into 3. Okay, here that ratio is based on the Pascal triangle, because the I value is 1 by 2, so it is based on Pascal triangle. When there is a 3 signal, the ratio will be 1 is to 2 is to 1. Next splitting by second hydrogen, and second hydrogen will split as 4, 2 into 3 into 1 by 2 plus 1. So each signal will split as 4, and the ratio will be 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay, 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Here one more 1 is there. Okay, 1 here 1 is there. Okay, don't forget to write this. Okay, and now what ESR signal splitting by first hydrogen into 3, and the ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1, and each signal is splitted by second hydrogen in the ratio 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay, now overall intensity will be, here it is 1, so we can write the first 4 as such, 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Here second is it is 2, so we have to multiply this value with 2, then 2 is to 6 is to 6 is to 2. Here again 1, so we can write as such. So overall intensity will be 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1, 2 is to 6 is to 6 is to 2, 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Normally it will ask whether it is doublet or triplet, like doublet, triplet, doublet, quadret, like that combination will ask. It won't normal question paper, it won't ask the intensity for more than 10. They won't ask. Normally they won't ask, but it's easy to find out. You just try this. Okay, first one ESR signal will be there. It is splitted by first hydrogen into 3 in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 1. Then again it is splitted by, each signal is splitted by hydrogen number 2 in the ratio 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Then overall intensity will be this. And higher I value split to first. Here both the I values are same, so the one which is directly attached will split first, then the other hydrogen. Next question, NH2 radical. Here ESR active, it is ESR active, and it is directly attached to nitrogen. So nitrogen is an active nuclei with a spin of 1, and it is attached to hydrogen also. So that one signal will splitted by, or splitting will caused by nitrogen and hydrogen. Both nitrogen and hydrogen will split. So number of signal will be 2 into 1 plus 1, that is caused by nitrogen, and 2 into 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1, that is by hydrogen. So overall 9 signal will be there. And how the intensity will be, that we can see. First splitting, first that I value is more for nitrogen, so it will first split first, and for nitrogen it is based on non-Pascal triangle. Okay, the I value is 1, so it is greater than 1 by 2, that means it is based on non-Pascal triangle. So first 3 lines will be will be like this. Then intensity will be 1:1:1. All in these questions we are taking n as 1. Okay, n small n as 1. If it is mentioned like n:2, n:3, that calculation you have to do. Otherwise, take n small n as 1. Here first nitrogen is splitting the signal into 3 and the ratio will be 1:1:1. Then hydrogen will split. Hydrogen will split as 3 and the ratio will be 1:2:1 because it is based on Pascal triangle. So overall intensity will be 1:2:1, 1:2:1, 1:2:1. Okay. So this is what splitting. Next question, CHD2. Here deuterium also an active nuclei, or hydrogen also an active nuclei. For deuterium the spin value is high, so it will split first. 2:1:1 plus 1, 2:1:1/2 plus 1. So overall 10 signal will be there. Splitting by deuterium I equal to 1, so it will follow Pascal triangle, and splitting by hydrogen it is I value is 1/2, so it will follow Pascal triangle. Now we can see how the intensity will come. First one signal will be there and it is splitted by deuterium into 5. The ratio will be 1:2:3:2:1. Then it is splitted by hydrogen into 2 and the ratio will be 1:1. So overall ratio will be 1:1, 2:2, 3:3, 2:2, 1:1. So this is what we are getting intensity. First splitted by deuterium, then by hydrogen. Higher I value will split first, and here I is 1/2. I for deuterium I equal to 1, so it will follow non-Pascal triangle. For hydrogen I value is 1/2, so it will follow Pascal triangle. Next question, CH2D2. Similar to CHD2, here also deuterium will split, also hydrogen will split. So first number of signal will be 2:2:1 plus 1, that is by deuterium. Then by hydrogen 2:2:1/2 plus 1. Then overall 15 signal will be there. And like previous, splitting by deuterium follows non-Pascal triangle, and splitting by hydrogen follow Pascal triangle. One signal will be there, then it will splitted by deuterium into 5 as 1:2:3:2:1. Then it is splitted by hydrogen into 3. The ratio will be 1:2:1. This is following non-Pascal triangle, this is following Pascal triangle. So overall intensity will be 1:2, 1:2:1:2. Here we have to multiply using this 2:4:2, then by 3, 3:6:3, then 2:4:2, then 1:2:1. So the overall intensity will be like this. Okay, if you have any doubt on this video, please comment, or you can like, share and subscribe if you like this video. Then you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Also you can direct, if you have any queries, you can directly mail to chemakhilam@gmail.com, and don't forget to press bell button, then only you will get notification when I am uploading videos. Thank you for watching.